Hey guys, what's going on? MC Fire here, tapping in with you guys today. We're looking at a Monday morning. This is February the 17th, and super kind of excited because yesterday we had Q on, Ice Q, and she was able to ask some really good questions. So we want to kind of approach the market here differently, and really kind of tailor it to what traders would ask if they're brand new, why you're doing this, what you're doing, as regards to the newest member and stuff like that. Because she asked some really good questions, and I really appreciated some of the questions that she was asking. And I was like, man, if we can kind of bridge the gap for a lot of people, maybe they would see trading as a like a viable option for them, or at least just getting into the markets. We've seen our wealth prospects grow as we learn and navigate this journey. And then just the amount of learning and giving yourself into a trade is pretty cool in and of itself. So we're gonna get on the charts here, but I really appreciated what the questions she had, and then obviously having her on. It's always a good time when she's on. So yeah, but let's dive right in. So yeah, full disclosure, this necessarily isn't financial advice, but we are going to be looking at the markets as regards to some of the hot takes and just kind of seeing what's working, what's cooking in the overall swing of things. So actually, I'm gonna see if I can save these this flex grid setting because I removed the grids. I want to see if it will come back. But what we're gonna pull up here is we're gonna pull up our futures and see how the overall market for the futures is shaking out. What's up, what's down, things of that nature. So the ES today, so far starting green. We'll also bring Bitcoin to the front of the classroom here. There we go. And expand that out a little bit. Bitcoin a little neutral. ES looking pretty approaching highs there. NQ kind of same deal relatively. RTY, you got your Russell here doing its thing. Looking at wanting to approach this level up here, but not really even making a move this morning to really get up there. So relative weakness in the RTY. The Dow also weak as well, because the Qs, the SPY is pushing, but the Dow and the Russell are not. Then you have light sweet crude also selling off. So well, just looking at this, what is this telling me? A big business, S&P 500, people are running flight to safety. When I say flight to safety in this regard, I'm not talking about gold, I'm not talking about bonds. The market is looking at where can they get the most bang for their buck. Big business, because you're not locking in with the YM, and even Bitcoin risk averse. Not being risk averse this morning as of yet. It is buying though. It's not a negative. That's for sure. But the futures right now for the SPY is positive, and the futures right now for the NQ is positive. RTY is also positive in the morning, but relative to these two, these guys are at highs, and this guy's not. So something to watch out for. So I'll hop back on over. Actually, I need to go ahead and I just wanted to bring that to bring it to the front of the classroom because we want to at least on this Monday see how the market's reacting. I remember on the Sunday video we have Trump speaking here. I'm gonna pull up that chart now for the Forex Factory, just so everyone's tracking. We do have Trump speaking this week, and it is a red folder on this week. Here it is. So it's tentative, and this is set for tomorrow. So keep that in mind. Tomorrow, the president speaks, and then Wednesday, FOMC member minutes. FOMC members rally up and have their meeting minutes to see how the economy is overall doing. Probably not going to be any good news, but we just gotta wait and see. Either way, it's going to be good news for us, but we're gonna have to just we'll have to just wait and see here. Developments. Let's see how Mr. Tesla's doing. Let's look at some high flyers here. Mr. Tesla not looking too positive as of right now. It's kind of net neutral, but it's still red. So however you want to slice it, it's still red. You got, let's go take a look at NVIDIA. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Up around 2% NVIDIA. So shout out to NVIDIA. See if we can pull that up. We'll have to wait to see what open holds, but yeah, shout out to NVIDIA there. You got Meta. Very similar story. You can go pop over to the daily. Mela at highs, it really pushing the XLC to new heights there. Now this rally, the only indication that you could probably get in here is like this buy break above that in the uptrend as these guys kind of get off sides. It does push the rally. You wouldn't have got stopped out kind of deal for Meta. So it's just something to think about, right? Had you had a position to get in for like the next 3 weeks, you would have made out okay. Probably took some off the table at close to relative highs there, made a roll right there, even pull back. And if you roll for more time, you would have caught this. So that's pretty snazzy push, nasty play. Very good stuff there if you want to stay in that uptrend. Bring SML to the front of the classroom, the chip maker. Cool thing is the chip maker has a new trend in the works. So we've been talking about ASML for a minute. Buying at 3 ATR would have been nice, but you have an opportunity now to buy as the trend potentially can change. You guys know kind of from the yesterday's video, the Sunday recap video, that long-term portfolio buys for us. We like to scale into our position in downtrends in portfolio. So things that are we think are good companies that have the potential to change. We'd look to acquire those in when they're going down. And the best time to buy is at negative 3 ATR and trend changes. That's kind of the best time to go ahead and scoop those up. So ASML, get an opportunity to scoop that bad boy up as the trend changes, and then you can see the trend change, massive rally there. So keep that in mind. There might be some follow through, but ASML, pretty pullback, nice pullback too. Even though the trend changes, a pretty nasty pullback into the moving averages. So good opportunity to potentially scoop that bad boy up if you wanted to acquire some shares. We'll see. I don't know why. I'll probably need to link that. That probably is that would help. Yeah. So ASML. Let's see. What are we looking for costs? Kind of go add the money. So yeah, the contracts are up there. They're kind of pricey. For for let's say you're newer, some of these contracts are $21. So $21, which translates for 100 shares though. So just move that decimal over a couple of times. That gives you what your actual value would be. And this is only for a week out. So the ones that we like to buy typically are for 3 weeks. Yeah. So actually not too bad. Around say, $30 per contract, like an at the money contract. Now, if you're going like we like to do 50-20, right? You could essentially, it's about the same price for a decent vertical. So ASML, decent vertical is available there. And acquiring some shares would be advantageous. You probably take a buy here. Probably what we'll do is we'll take one or two buys, and then move forward from there. So actually, we'll go ahead and put one in as a buy. We'll just buy one. Get rid of some of these zeros, just to say we did. Cool. We got a couple orders, and we also got an order in for the trend change on wheat. I do foresee that we could get a little bit more expensive. um, in lieu of our current policies of immigration and stuff like that. I believe that this could be get a little bit more expensive. You could see, if subsidies, also most people don't realize is it's not just jobs that could be potentially threatened in the new political environment. It's also subsidies that are going to be greatly affected in the political environment. So, what are subsidies? Subsidies are the government's way of keeping the price of something down. And so, what they'll do is what you pay at the grocery store is reduced in price because the government really is paying the rest of it, and spreading that cost to every American taxpayer. So the cost of, like, let's say milk, for a really good example, milk, sugar, or really just milk, the cost of it is low because there's a lot of subsidies that farmers get for that. So you could see maybe milk and some other items could be affected. So we went on and said, okay, this is a trend change. We'll go ahead and take a purchase. Even, whew, even it's at relative highs. We just want to have it in our portfolio there for the trend change there. So most trend changes, buying on the way down, be advised. We're going to start. We kind of did the same thing for real estate, and we did the same thing for the Qs. So if you don't think this works, this works actually pretty effective. Actually, we'll do QM. So a multiple pushes to the downside, and then in the recession there, you got one rally and fail, two rally and fail, and then we started on the extensions to the downside. We started to go ahead and lock in a lot of shares in this area, and so now that is pushed. This is a couple years in the making, and that's really with trading. Think of it from a business standpoint, and think of it also from supply and demand standpoint, right? From a supply and demand standpoint, that's really what trading is. But this is a business. This is, I want to buy into an industry when it's low and then sell it when it's exceedingly high, or just hold on to it. And this right now is screaming, hey, yeah, like buy me, buy me, buy me on the way down. Not buy me, buy me, buy me while it's rallying up. Now you could argue I could take a buy on just a trend change and really bring my average cost down. But the ability to acquire resources to get shares all at one time like that, um, and you just save, and then make one major purchase right there, that could be a thing. It's just depending on how you want to do it. But we decided, we want to get into a habit of it and not really rely on, just being able to completely time that. And so, yeah, it works. Buying here and, letting some go up here is pretty sweet. That was pretty cool. We recently, actually made our first from all the buying that we did. We sold a few, and it wasn't, just as a principle. We wanted to sell like back at relative highs, but we had already since, this is pretty massive. So we're looking to do the same thing in other sectors, and then that's kind of how you want to build in your portfolio. You want to buy things when they're cheap, and you have to be patient. And as you can see here, we've kind of been on a tear to the downside. Doesn't mean it's going to go back to all-time highs. It just means that it's been on a tear to the downside, and there's potentially some resources that could be acquired if it rallies there. And we want to be involved in trend changes, right? We want to be involved in trend changes for sure. Well, the market's going to open in here in about a minute or so. So we'll hide back over to good old ES. We'll pop over to the flex grid there, see what we're doing. Go ahead and we can remove the volume bars down there. Don't necessarily need those features. Volume bars, remove that. For the 10-minute. It's not too bad. Staying above VWAP. Staying above VWAP. That's kind of the biggest thing. Actually, I want to I want to bring the whole picture in there. Sweet. I could do study fit to study. Yeah, and it'll bring everything in there. Yeah, so that's okay. I just wanted to get both deals in there. Okay, so but pretty good stuff here. As it sells off, it's gonna sell off pretty nastily, probably touch VWAP, and then how would we want to trade it? Like you see all these volume setup candles here. If we can potentially get a buy above one of those on the red side, that'd be a good opportunity, right? Things are looking they're green right now, but on the 10 minute, but we're looking for a potential our playbook, looking for our playbook to go ahead and take a buy there. I'm looking back a little bit and seeing this one, I think 330 ish. Yeah, seeing what was going on there. Couple push, nothing happens. And it gets above these guys and just kind of takes off to the upside there as it goes. But it looks to be in the morning like rotational failure. Test this, and then this is kind of one of our key playbook setups here. You see it come into VWAP, throw a nice little setup candle, and it starts trending below. Your stop out would be at the high there, and it just fails down to your standard deviations there. Just kind of being patient, waiting for your setup is our biggest thing. Same thing here. Comes down, nice juicy setup candle. The buy above there starts to rip, and then you start to see you really the levels are you look to the left and you can take that level. Okay, so now it's pulling back to VWAP with force. Market's about to open. Let's see what happens. Yeah, market's open. It's open for a couple minutes. Let's see. Cancel replace. Confirm send. Cancel replace. See what we get here. Sometimes I do that so that we potentially can get a fill. So sometimes it doesn't register your fill if you put it in pre-market. So now we're just waiting. Okay, cool. I was like, why is it not taking my link? That's goofy stuff. Let's just get down there. Nice 2-day ES contract. You can do a mini contract too. Forget which ones are the minis. You can do the minis. I think it's we forgetting which ones are the minis. Yeah, we're just waiting, guys. It's just being patient and waiting for it to set up. No real setup as of right now, so we're just waiting. Let's see here. Pulling up over here. My bad. E-minis. I think it's like XSP or something like that. I don't know why my brain's not working today for these E-minis. Yeah, but as it sells off, hopefully we get some rotational action in here. And I would say, like, you're looking down here, previous levels. Looking down here, previous levels. So it's already approaching the first pivot, and we potentially look for it to play around with that pivot. Just got to be patient. Let's see here. Yeah, it's still selling off. So shout out to Spy for doing his thing. Just really, 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 really drastic, like pulling to the downside there. It's pretty insane. Just peeling. So we just be patient. A lot of this game is being patient. Let's see, trade dots. ES, yeah, MES. Okay, micro E-minis. Cool. So you can essentially trade futures, and it'd be cheaper, right? So we showed you the ES, and you can see the mini ES. We're about to bring it to the front of the classroom here. Very, very reasonable, right? So there you go. There's a micro right there. Yeah, ESNQYM, and then MES, MNQ, and then MYM. So just throwing the M in front of it. Okay, pretty nice. Yeah, and that way you could trade the minis. There's also micros, but you can trade you know you have something to trade that's inside of the wheelhouse that you could acquire. That's good. See if we can get a nice little bottom here. I'll go ahead and put I'll put it on there so you can bring it to the front of the classroom. That pivot, there it is. Nice little pivot. We'll also mark up some other places of interest here. Major pivot there. And actually, we want to do, let's go ahead and do left to right here so we can. All right, we're gonna get a nice juicy play. Now it's not where we want it. It's at the level though. So let's do this. Since it's at the pivot level, we'll go ahead and set it up right now. You get the MES. We'll take the 50 buy and sell the 20 against it. Nice little limit buy there. Did it say 10 or did it say 1? I'm pretty sure I just said 1. We definitely only want 1. Glad we did not do 10. Just rejected it. Is your 50? Trying to see why this is not waking. Okay, cool. So they just got filled. Yeah, I'll go back and see what the deal was there. So nice little buy above and little retest there of the low. And then we'll go ahead and set our risk accordingly. We'll go ahead and put we'll put the trade out there for us to take it off. If it doesn't work out, we'll go ahead and set it up here. Very closing order. If we still bought 10. We had to change it back. So we just be patient at this point. We can go to monitor. I want to see if we actually executed on 10. Yeah, I guess we executed on 10. That's pretty intense. Yeah, we didn't want to do 10 there. But we'll see if we can have it punch the upside. I don't really recommend doing that. Like if you get in, immediately get out. Got lucky that it kind of slapped to the downside at the bottom there. So we'll see if we can get punched out here as it bounces off that level there. Just gotta wait and see at this point. Okay. Didn't quite get filled just yet. I'll just wait and see. The order is out there, yes. Yeah, we're set to close here at 9:10. Mark is 890. Okay. Getting there. Close. Looking at the mark price here. 905. Volume stepping in. That's good. See if it'll carry the day. This is where the patience, you really got to just wait, because now, we didn't want 10, we wanted 1. But we have to go ahead and exit. But we're going to do it in style. We're just going to be patient. That's insane. About 5 cents there wouldn't give us 5 cents. It might not want to give us 5 cents. We'll go ahead and change this. I cancel and replace. And instead of 9, we'll give it. We want to go ahead and get out. It didn't give us 5 cents. It went up, retested the level where we wanted, and nothing happened. So we're gonna wait and see. Okay, so there's a sell. Slightly profitable, but do not absolutely recommend. The idea was to get 1 contract and to do that. So yeah, I do not recommend doing that at all whatsoever. It just so happened that the trade worked out, but I do not recommend that at all. So made around $10 on 100 contracts, so that's not too bad. But $10 on 100 contracts or $10 on 10 contracts, excuse me, $10 on 10 contracts. I mean, ideally, we wanted to you only get 1 contract. So not bad at all. But ideally, we would want to limit our risk there. And yeah, that was crazy. We kind of got up here, and it was like our limit was set to, I think, to $9.10, and it would not put in that order at 9:05. It had to get up to 9:10 above the line. I was like, oh my goodness, what the heck? Probably could have pulled the line down a little bit, but yeah, it didn't want to play. He didn't want to play with us. Let's see. Go to active trader here. Where are we at on the profile? Biggest volume, point of control is like right up here. Okay. Doesn't mean it has to get up there. Just Yeah, it might get back up to this level. Let's see. Get messages here. Well, this time when we set it, I think we can set up the defaults. Make the defaults like 1 application settings, I believe. Positions. I think there's a way you come up here. I mean, we'll do it on our own time, but your defaults and positionings, you can change that. Change it to 1 here. So if we get a break above here, that'd be pretty sweet. Ideally, you'd want to come up, it's set a green, and then as it fails below that, at VWAP, not below it, not at the level. But we're potentially able to go rotational. Back to the upside here. So this time we'll do it right this time, and just do 1 contract. Goodbye. And then let's see, 20 to sell. And instead of 10 contracts, we'll do the one that we wanted to do. Also, with these setting up butterflies, like if you believe it's going to target the highs there, we could set in a butterfly for the high and just do it like 10 wide butterfly there, 5 wide butterfly. Not really getting a lot of movement. Let's flash over and see what the other futures markets are doing. And then we'll come back here. I mean, as I say, it's not doing a lot of movement. It kind of gets back above that level, but let's see what's going on. All futures. Okay. So ES doing its thing. Let's get to the front of the classroom, please. Thank you. So ES cranking, MQ barely cranking. The Russell's cranking slightly as well to the upside. And you get oil slightly to the upside as well. Bring it to the front of the classroom. The only thing that's struggling there is good old Bitcoin. But yeah, our anticipation is that the SPY, the NQ, would want to test those highs again, and I guess it's probably not doing. It's not doing that. So NQ kind of doing very similar things that the SPY was doing. We'll go back to the mini ES, excuse me. So there's actually a break of this these block of orders here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of set in red candles there, and if it gets above there, then we could see potentially a real spike to the upside. This is more of a kind of reversion to the mean, because you do have the faster you do have a death cross there, so just taking it to maybe potentially reversion to the mean, and almost a VWAP probably is like the only place where this could go, really. Um, just a nice little push to the upside, but to VWAP or even to the moving average, the 8 that is. But right now you're fighting the trend, and that's kind of where I'm a little hesitant to get back in there. Yeah, the other hypothesis is that it just rotates, like it reacted off the bottom here and went to the top. You could set it and let it do its thing. It doesn't mean it has to go there immediately. Probably a lot of fighting before it gets there, but yeah. You see here on the 10 minutes, it doesn't look like it's moved very far, but it's gone a little bit. Couple dollars, nothing too crazy. Couple points. Yeah, I think it wants to just hover around here for a little bit. We'd have to be patient just to see, but it would be nice if it ripped into the moving average cloud so we could see what we're dealing with. But this is kind of in no man's land. And what I mean by no man's land is you got a lot of conflicting trade ideas. Um, it's not really moving with conviction. So it sold off, sold off, sold off, sold off. But ideally, you'd want to see a pullback in the upper third for continuation, maybe a pullback to VWAP. Look for a push to the downside, right? You're not getting that. It's not moving with conviction. It is pulling back. It's still in the danger area for the upper third to push to the downside. So as these get tight, 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 yeah, push, 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 pull back in the upper third. You divide it into threes. One, two. This is a third. This is a third, and this is a third. Um, it's in the danger area for a dump, kind of like a bear flag, right? There's a bear flag definitely in the works right here. But that's one trade idea that it continues to downside. The other trade idea is that it reacts off this level like it did previously, and it starts putting in trades to complete rotation back up there. So there's two trade ideas, and because it didn't come up and test VWAP, and VWAP, the risk to reward is also off. You got this. So if the reward is up here, well then yeah, you're justified. But the first sign of danger is the VWAP. The first sign of danger is that VWAP there. So a little bit of a mixed bag. But we went on and took the buy here and sold some here. Slight profit, nothing crazy. And it was on like 10 contracts. You get the whole changing to red now. So you get this, push, pull back up here in the upper third, which means it's in danger of failing. We gotta really, the thing is waiting for something to materialize, and there's nothing on there materializing as of just yet. Yeah, I want to see how this. I want to see how this trade plays out. Honestly, not the trade. I want to see how price action plays out before we go ahead and hop off, because there's not a lot going on in the market as of today. But I do want to see how this actually manifests. Does the bear flag prevail, or does the rotation prevail? Looking back to the left, yeah, see, is respecting VWAP, respecting that level. That's kind of what you want to see. See, come down, respect VWAP, respect the level. You get a nice scalp. Say does the same thing, get a nice scalp. Does it here as well. Push back, get above, boom. All right, very nice stuff. But now push, 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 push. It does not respect VWAP. Pushes below, hit the level, and then see what happens. Shimon Bessie, you gonna give us some action today? Probably not. Not giving us any play today. I mean, the only good part, at least, is that we executed a trade. You guys got to see it. Um, it did work out in the end, but the crazy part is outside of that, I mean, you'd have to be a freaking sniper, and we got lucky with that. We're looking for a little bit more movement than that. So this might just be a dud of a day for trading the futures. But yeah. Yeah, we'll give it a few more minutes here. A couple more candles to see if it can break out to the upside or not. Let's see. It takes him 30 minutes to figure out what it wants to do. As soon as I look away, it's probably going to start moving. Take a look at Bitcoin here. Yeah, we love to see it. It go rotational, new trend green, right? Pushes, nice little retest there, pull back, and then you get to take buy. So pushes, retest VWAP, throws in a couple outside candles the other way, and then you can take that buy, and then bam, nice run to the upside. So it works no matter what market. The idea is to catch people flipping. That's the idea. Go seal. Yeah. The sale is respecting the moving average, but it did not respect the VWAP. So ideally, you wanted to do this like right here. It pushes above, nice pullback. You get this these candles set in here, this red one too, very bright, and then it breaks above that. This one, and this one, right, respecting VWAP, and then boom, push up to 2 standard deviations. Actually, pretty sound play. Very similar. Comes down, sets your candle here, boom, outside candle to the downside gets washed. Nice rip to the upside. Happens several times. See if it does it here. Now you could take this play to the downside and it would eventually get stopped out as it pushed. But it's a small stop out. This one, same thing. As it goes above, you take the buy. You would stop out below the low and then continue to hold if it goes to 2 standard deviations. That's how I would trade it. What do we got? MES did not break out. Interesting. Did not break out. I guess it likes this price. So we'll end it there. Because there's not too much action. There's not a lot of volatility right now. So we came. It's Monday, and nothing really shaking out Monday in the futures market. We are hoping that because that's the only thing that's going to be shaking, that it actually give us some good play, good action. But it's just one of those days. The cool thing about trading is the days you don't want to trade or just nothing happening. You don't have to pull a trade. We did pull one. It was profitable, but wasn't ideally what we wanted to do. We could scaled in a little too larger than what we'd like. On days like this, I will dabble in the futures market and just play with the cheap stuff, just to get our our training wheels up. But essentially, it's no different than the way we trade the other the swings. You do it the same way on a time frame. The methodology, the meta is completely the same almost. In an uptrend, you're looking for a pullback. You're looking for outsized candle on VWAP or 2 standard deviations. You want to identify your trend. Is it rotational? Is it going trend and balance? Whatever you want to call it. And if it's doing that, then the next course of action is if it pushes, wait for a pullback, outside candle, the wrong direction getting swept, and then take that. Or if it's rotational, same thing. It's going to be reacting off some level at 2 standard deviations. When those things kind of sync up, It's high probability of a bounce when you have your level and your deviation on a rotation sync up. Man, that's good times, really, really good times. But yeah, right now, even now, I'm looking at it. It's not even pushing out of that little block down there. So, uh, you guys have a blessed one, and MC Fire here signing off. Just having fun with you guys. So have a good day and go.